Sustainability is a growing and increasingly important issue for meetings and events, but there's still a lot of confusion about the best approach to take, and often it's best to start at the beginning. And I'm speaking to one of my favourite sustainable experts, Amy Spatrisano, who's from Meet Green in the US. Amy Spatrisano, Meet Green, you're one of the leading experts in sustainability in the global travel and meetings industry, specifically on the meeting side. I'd really like to introduce you to the Meet in the World audience as one of our global experts. Green meetings are a hot topic, sustainable meetings are a hot topic, but people, aren't necessarily getting to grips with them as well as they could. And for those people who are just starting out, can you offer kind of some baby steps, some initial inspiration to get them started?
I think if people go back to the basics, we've all been taught around sustainability that you reduce first, you reuse what you can, and then you recycle. So rather than trying to get very complicated with, I don't know what sustainability means, I don't know how to do this green meeting thing, use those as your basic sort of guideposts and think about your meetings, rethink about your meetings. Say, do we need to do it this way? Can we do it more efficiently? And in the efficiencies, can we save money? Because oftentimes when you're doing this for the first time, a lot of what you can do actually saves you money at the same time. Then whatever it is you do and you have something left over, can we reuse it? For signage would be a great example. Don't brand it from year to year. Use signage that you can use from different years, and so it doesn't have 2013 on it. You can use it for another couple of years. So there's lots of great ways to do that. And some great resources for that are the Green Meeting Industry Council. So I highly recommend that you become part of that organization. It's great networking, great resources, and also our website, MeetGreen, www.meetgreen.com. We have a lot of free resources on that site as well.
And when you're looking at key areas to focus on, what would be your sort of top choice of the key areas where you can make the most difference?
That's a tough question because there's so many variables, as we all know, putting on the meeting. The size of the meeting, the location of the meeting, the infrastructure, where you're holding your meeting is going to be key. I mean, if you can manage waste is a big factor. So if you have an opportunity to recycle and divert landfill waste, if you have an opportunity to compost, those things do have a big impact. When it comes to transportation, if there's ways to use more public transportation and minimize hired shuttle service, if you can do short hauls for the people that do have to go on a plane, or so that they're not having to do multiple hauls. So those are some areas where you can make a big impact.
And from some of the work you've done recently, what kind of key initiatives have you been following?
Ooh, that's a tougher question.
They get harder.
Yes. So I was like, oh, that was so easy. I think what people are looking at now, instead of getting so focused on some of the smaller things, and this is for people that have been doing it for a little while, not the people that are just starting greening their meetings, they're looking at how to tie in sustainability in a way that has a messaging around innovation. And what I mean by that is most of the time, if you think about it, when you're trying to be more sustainable, it creates an opportunity for you to rethink what you do, and out of that comes innovation. So if people can start thinking about sustainability as an innovative approach, I think that's the shift that I'm seeing in the last probably 6 months or so.
Yeah, and of course, once you start on the sustainability journey from meetings perspective, you really want to get the whole organisation involved. So you can actually start the process and lead it across the organisation and become a real sustainable pioneer, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And although when you're starting, again, usually when you're starting out, it may be challenging to enroll your leadership. It's great if you've got a champion. Start small, start in the meetings part. Do things that they may not notice as a negative impact. For example, reduce your paper. If you're used to printing a large brochure, there's so many technology opportunities today that you can reduce your paper. So start there and sell it to the boss that, hey, we're using state-of-the-art equipment for reducing our paper. So those are the kinds of things to look for when you're doing this.
And as you were saying as well, from an innovation perspective, because you are kind of pushing the efficiency side, it's a case of not thinking, oh God, this is going to take so much time and it's going to take so much effort. Ultimately, it will save money because it will actually impact on the bottom line when you're working more efficiently.
Absolutely. I think that is still a myth that I thought by now a lot of people still wouldn't believe, but they do. The first resistance is it's going to cost more money and it takes too much time. And again, I think if you start looking at efficiencies, if you're using, to me it's a no-brainer. If you're using the lighting more efficiently, you're reducing your energy use, you're reducing your water, you're reducing your waste, of course you're going to be saving money. So
that's the key. Amy, thank you very much.
thank you very much, Ian.